I would have loved the Ornn. I think the Ornn both gives you more engaged. The one downside is that you do become somewhat lacking in damage, and as good as Taliyah is, I don't feel like she has quite as much damage as something like an Azir would in late game fights, then you're really relying on Zeri.
And Canyon this time, it's not the Ivern for augmenting the team. He's going to have to be that one-man army in the early game to get control. Let's jump into the Rift for game 2.
Control that they're able to get, Lucid's impact specifically, because I think that that's been a consistent issue for him, as good as he's been on some of the more aggressive characters. I think his Sejuani impact really hasn't been where it needs to be. And Sejuani is a character that can actually have a lot of early impact on the lanes because of how strong her ganks are. Her clear is quite good as well. So,
that's actually just a fact. It's the dumbest fact, but it's a fact.
You know,
it's just a thing.
Yeah, the Nepo baby discourse when it comes to music.
Oh, okay, Kingen. Okay, Kingen. Just going to try and block Keen's approach here. As you can see, 5-1, the Shuriman battle feeling pretty croc-sided.
By the end of it, though, Kingen, I think, missed a couple of creeps too many. Also had to back off for a little bit because Kang...
Owie. As Trophy's going to get flashed into, does have to get away, as that's first blood. And nothing Canyon can do about it. Doesn't find the spear, but even if he did, maybe it was like...
Maybe he thought he could win the extended trade, and if Canyon's there earlier, then... Or he was really close to 6, and he thought he could like dash in, get a minion, and scoop him back. I'm not sure. Might have just been a big goof.
Sneaky Canyon.
That's big, though. 3 grubs is quite nice when you have champions like the Azir. It's no Tristan, but, you know, nothing is... Immediately, the moment you get a lead, try to translate that to side. That's going to zone Lehends out of a lot of experience, King.
Here's the all-out, the trade of ultimates here between Kingen and Keen. Keen keeping close, and there's the flash out. Kingen having to play with a lot of respect. Seismic shove in this mid lane as well, as we have got fighting in every lane. I was expecting, though, playing this matchup well is now... Let's see whether Lehends can keep himself safe, as now Lucid looks for the Winter's Wrath onto Pays. This minion wave getting dealt with, though, and in the meantime, on the top side, Kingen is going to be in trouble. Does get the stun onto Canyon, but he's not the one tanking, so that's going to be a beautiful dive.
Really big wins there for Gen.G. And the timing on this dive, if they do decide to go for it, it's going to be crisp.
Yeah, there's the knock-up onto Kellen. He wasn't taking the turret, though, as there is another one. Lehends going to flash into it, though, and not going to be able to send the ram back. Now, Pays finds himself alone. The spear is just barely going to go wide, and they'll back away. Pays keeps his life. The Canyon's unable to answer, and I say he keeps his life. Aiming still doing a fair bit of work here.
Really big there, as, oh, another one.
Yeah, there's a bit of deja vu coming on in here. The Glacial Prison comes down. It's Pays that's going to suffer the cost this time, as Lucid capable of tanking this one up for an age and a half. And now they'll take the turret as well. D+. Oh man, it's gone from good to better.
And this time, Aiming gets the kill. The Zeri getting more gold. Maybe Kingen should invest in Worm as well.
Speaking of which, as Pays, he's going to be the one that face checks. Oh dear, that is a very dead center. Tries to get into the mist, but the mist is now a black and white screen. As Kellen's moving on over, they want even more here as the Glitterland slows him down. Kellen is just looking for more. The Emperor's Divide comes down, though. The Sun Disc came in, and Lehends is going to miss the ulti onto his former teammate. Aiming has downloaded. He knows now as the teleport is coming forward. Showmaker, he's now hiding in the brush.
Yeah, no, it's
and we know that Keen is the one guy that kind of just wins games by himself on it. As I say that, it might be the Caster Curse, or it might be the Blessing, as he's going completely bananas onto Aiming here. He gets over the wall, and now Keen has to deal with Lucid coming in with the fadeaway ulti, and that is the kill going over to Kingen.
Individual Drake, you're not really going to care too much, and
money for Kingen.
Oh, the Herald coming down as well. This Sinner will be big, and I love this. When you're playing a composition like this that is looking to generate as much advantages in mid-game as possible, gold is... It's less trustworthy than Dragons, but if it works, it really does, as Lehends is just not having a very fun time.
Yeah, it's not a lot of range.
It's not. So, oh, there we go.
There's the ulti from Aiming. It's him by himself. He's just going to run up and murder Pays. Kingen getting the same treatment here on this bottom side, but he's giving a lot back. Canyon almost just dying as the Ram's being thrown around willy-nilly. And D+, I think, should still be able to get this out of turret any day of the week over playing into Tristana's Ziggs Ivern.
It's also, it's going to be hard to play out, but you do make up for it.
Kingen's gone for this 1v1. He's a level behind, but he's still playing.
Yeah, Showmaker has TP as well.
There's the wall, and Keen gets the bad news. Let's see, the all-out going to be used onto the Talia here, but the stun is still going to come on down. Sterix is massive, and the threaded volley to finish it off.
Display, because with double TP, there isn't a window. They will still have to give up mid lane turret, maybe to TP!
Yeah, Glacial Prison comes in onto Canyon. Redemption is decent.
It's true!
And now both of them getting into the mid lane. Chovy's out of there, but I don't think Lehends is going to be so lucky. In fact, the whole bottom lane is getting wiped out. Pays once again suffering as the dash forward. Lucid going to pick that one up. And with 3 dead on the side of Gen.G, it's going to need to be some Canyon heroics to save this Baron play.
DK, Gen.G, Atlas.
Oh, it always delivers. There was no doubt in our minds.
Oh, the damage. Chovy's full health. I don't know if they can do this.
They are not. I think they're not going to test the waters this much. As Keen, he's teleported in. Chovy wants it. Empress Divine onto 3. And he goes golden as well. Canyon has to get out of there. The seismic shove is just as good. And he takes down the Zeri. Chovy almost falling for it as the spear will take down one. And Kellen, oh man, he just takes that Dawning Shadow from downtown. And now it's Gen.G's turn.
It was looking so good until it wasn't.
Yeah, until it absolutely wasn't. And DK, they realize they're not going to be able to do it here.
I think they know.
Yeah, there's a Ram coming in as well. As speaking of Ram, he is going to head right on top of Kellen. Canyon looking for him though. The Wild Growth is going to keep the Lulu alive. Actually buys a lot of time here for D+. Showmaker, he'll get cornered. He's the sacrificial Talia in this one. Sterix shield going to get popped there by Chovy. And D+, I can feel the collapse in these last 2 moments.
Oh, Gen.G. They haven't lost a single game yet in the LCK. This
Not looking like it's starting.
Looking like they're beginning. Lucid with the attempt.
All right, let's see whether he gets on in there. It's aiming. All right, there's the double knockback from Keen as Lucid's the one pulled in. Oh, Keen, I think he wanted the Zeri on that one. He's taking down the junglers. Let's check this out one more time as Chovy finds 4. Oh, it was 3 and a flash.
Even with the flick back there from Showmaker, just don't have the damage. In some dangerous territory, as the banana brush control belongs to him. Can they kill the hands?
Oh, yeah.
That would be huge.
He doesn't have Call of the Forge God. He is going to be able to bellow his breath and try and get himself out of the way, but the seismic shove is decent still. He's just so incredibly tanky. Teleport going to be invested from King, and Lucid not really taking that much, but they threw everything into an on.
First in line and hope that that's enough.
I mean, they can kill whoever's first in line very quickly. Pays like you, aiming like you said, has 4 items.
Yeah, flip Nash.
Yep.
Why not? You have to.
I mean, that's bounty gold as well. You take those. Aiming with his very new, very cool looking sword is going to be pretty dangerous. Seismic shove going to be eaten by the CC reduction from Keen. And now, King in a whole host of trouble. There's the Ram, gets a couple of knockups onto Lucid and Kellen. DK still kind of holding their ground, but Gen.G are unrelenting. Showmaker taking so much damage, Dawning Shadow over everyone, and it's a bloodbath! It's decimation! And the Zeri is just escorted to the side and blown up. It's unceremonious, and it's looking like Gen.G will just plow through D+ today. There's the ace. Canyon looks really cool as he goes golden, wins the animal battle on the top side, and that's going to be it.
And the undefeated round robin yet again closer for Gen.G, Atlas.
Chovy didn't use ult, he just celebrated with it on the Nexus. Oh man, Gen.G demonstrating they're not even at full power as they eliminate the second Nexus of the Saturday Showdown. And yeah, aiming did a lot of damage and there wasn't very much of it that was relevant.